Sarah was born in a small town in Ohio where the fields stretched endlessly under the vast blue sky. She grew up in a modest home with parents who worked hard to provide for their family every single day without complaint. Her father was a factory worker who left early each morning and returned late tired, but always ready to listen to his children's stories. Her mother was a dedicated school teacher who spent her evenings grading papers and preparing lessons while still finding time to bake cookies for the neighborhood kids. From a very young age, Sarah showed a keen interest in books and learning, often spending hours in the local library, surrounded by the quiet comfort of pages turning. She dreamed of becoming a nurse, so she could help others in need, just like the heroes she read about in her favorite stories that filled her imagination with hope and purpose. As she entered high school, Sarah excelled in her studies, earning top grades consistently and participating actively in various clubs that matched her caring nature. Her determination caught the eye of her teachers, who saw great potential in her and encouraged her to apply for scholarships that could change her future. With their guidance and support, she secured a full ride to a prestigious university in Chicago, where she eagerly pursued her nursing degree with passion and focus. College life became a whirlwind of intense classes, challenging clinical rotations, and forming new friendships that would last a lifetime. It was during those busy years that she met John, a charming and intelligent engineering student originally from New York, who shared her love for late-night conversations. Their romance blossomed quickly, filled with shared study sessions under library lamps, weekend outings to beautiful city parks, and dreams of a future together. After graduation, John proposed to her in a simple yet heartfelt moment, and Sarah accepted with joy, eager to build a life side by side with the man she loved. They moved to a cozy apartment in Brooklyn, where John quickly found a promising job at a growing tech firm, and Sarah began her career working long shifts at a busy local hospital. Life felt almost perfect in those early days, filled with love, small adventures, and the excitement of building something meaningful together. Everything changed, however, when they decided to visit John's family for the holidays, hoping to create warm memories and strengthen family ties. John's parents lived in a large, impressive house in the suburbs of Long Island, surrounded by perfectly manicured lawns, expensive cars, and an atmosphere of quiet wealth. His mother, Eleanor, was a retired socialite who carried herself with an air of superiority and possessed a sharp tongue that could cut deeply when she chose. His father, Robert, was a highly successful businessman who spoke very little, preferring to observe rather than engage in emotional conversations. From the very moment Sarah stepped through their front door, she felt the heavy weight of their scrutinizing gazes, measuring her worth in ways she could not quite understand. Eleanor greeted her with a forced, polite smile, while openly commenting on Sarah's simple, modest dress and noticeable Midwestern accent, as if both were flaws to be corrected. During the formal dinner, Eleanor dominated every part of the conversation, sharing endless stories about John's previous girlfriends, who all came from prominent, wealthy families with impressive connections. Sarah tried her best to remain polite, engaging when she could, but she felt increasingly small and out of place in that elegant yet cold environment. As the evening slowly wore on, Eleanor pulled John aside for a private, whispered conversation that left him nodding solemnly with a troubled expression on his face. Later that night, back in the guest bedroom, John hesitantly mentioned that his mother had expressed serious concerns about how quickly they had become engaged. Sarah tried to brush the comment aside, telling herself it was only typical parental protectiveness that would fade with time and familiarity. But as the weeks turned into months, the subtle manipulations began to appear more frequently and more deliberately, designed to create distance. Eleanor would call John several times each week, always complaining about her various health issues, and insisting that he come visit her alone without bringing Sarah along. She sent expensive, thoughtful gifts, only to John never including anything for Sarah, which quietly implied that Sarah was merely an afterthought in the family picture. When Sarah and John excitedly announced their wedding plans, Eleanor immediately insisted on taking complete control of every detail of the arrangements. She selected an extremely extravagant venue that far exceeded their modest budget, and invited dozens of guests that Sarah had never even met before. On the actual wedding day, Eleanor chose to wear a striking white dress that rivaled the bride's own gown, instantly causing uncomfortable whispers among the gathered attendees. Sarah forced herself to smile through the entire event, focusing entirely on her deep love for John, and refusing to let the drama ruin their special moment. After their beautiful honeymoon, they returned to Brooklyn and settled into the routines of married life, but Eleanor's interference only grew stronger and more persistent. She openly criticized Sarah's home cooking, her career decisions, and even her natural desire to start a family, soon calling each choice impractical or unwise. John began to side more frequently with his mother, defending her harsh words and actions as simply caring concern. From a worried parent, Sarah started feeling deeply isolated in her own marriage. So she turned to her trusted best friend from college days, who strongly advised her to establish clear boundaries before things worsened. One difficult evening, after enduring a particularly cruel phone call from Eleanor, Sarah finally confronted John about the growing pattern of disrespect. He dismissed her feelings entirely, telling her she was overreacting and being too sensitive to normal family dynamics. The tension inside their home continued to build steadily, until one day Sarah discovered that Eleanor had been quietly transferring significant amounts of money directly from their joint account. John tried to explain it away as a temporary loan needed for his parents' unexpected medical bills, but Sarah's growing suspicion told her the truth was far more calculated. She quietly began keeping a private journal, meticulously documenting every single incident, every hurtful comment, and every financial irregularity she uncovered. Several months later, Sarah joyfully discovered she was pregnant with their first child, a moment that should have brought only celebration and unity. Eleanor feigned excitement on the surface, but immediately began suggesting baby names that honored only her side of the family, completely ignoring Sarah's wishes and heritage. Throughout the entire pregnancy, Eleanor made frequent unannounced visits, offering endless unsolicited advice while subtly undermining every decision Sarah carefully made for her own child. She even pressured John into purchasing extremely expensive baby items and nursery furniture that stretched their finances to the breaking point unnecessarily. When their healthy baby boy finally arrived, Sarah chose to name him after her own beloved father, a gesture of deep love and respect for her roots. Eleanor reacted with visible fury, accusing Sarah of being deliberately selfish and intentionally excluding John's family from this important milestone. Under constant pressure, John began arguing with Sarah far more frequently, allowing his mother's voice to drown out the harmony they once shared. Sarah realized with painful clarity that the ongoing manipulation was slowly tearing their once strong marriage completely apart. Determined to save what mattered most, she sought professional counseling on her own, at first learning valuable lessons about emotional abuse, family enmeshment, and covert control tactics. Armed with this new understanding and growing confidence, she gently proposed couples therapy to John, hoping it could help them both see clearly. He agreed only reluctantly after much hesitation. But Eleanor soon learned about the sessions and immediately labeled the entire process as completely unnecessary and even harmful. In those therapy rooms, they slowly uncovered how deeply Eleanor's lifelong control had shaped John's every thought, behavior, and decision. Sarah bravely shared entries from her detailed journal revealing clear, undeniable patterns of manipulation, emotional coercion, and financial overreach. For the first time, John appeared genuinely shocked as he began to recognize the truth behind years of distorted family loyalty. But Eleanor refused to relent. She began spreading carefully crafted rumors among extended family members and mutual friends, painting Sarah as emotionally unstable and ungrateful. Sarah suddenly faced painful isolation from almost everyone on John's side of the family, who readily believed the damaging lies without question. Refusing to allow herself to break, Sarah turned her focus inward, strengthening her bond with her young son, advancing steadily in her nursing career to a respected supervisory role. She carefully built a solid, supportive network of trusted colleagues, close friends, and understanding neighbors who constantly encouraged her emerging strength and resilience. One particularly tense day, Eleanor demanded that Sarah and John move closer to her sprawling Long Island home, claiming she desperately needed their help in her advancing age. John seriously considered the idea, swayed once again by guilt and obligation. But Sarah stood firm, refusing to uproot their entire life and independence for someone else's convenience. This refusal sparked one of their most intense family confrontations, during which Eleanor angrily threatened to completely cut John out of her will and disinherit him entirely. Sarah looked directly at her husband and quietly encouraged him to finally choose their family's happiness, freedom, and future over the promise of inherited money. In that pivotal moment, John made his choice, declaring that he stood with Sarah and their son, no matter the financial consequences. That single decision marked a true turning point in their lives together, as they began setting strict, clear boundaries that limited contact with Eleanor significantly. Sarah's unwavering bravery gradually inspired John to confront his mother directly, asserting his own independence and right to live without constant interference. Over the following months and years, their relationship with Eleanor slowly improved, though never fully returning to warmth. She grudgingly began respecting the new limits they had established. Sarah's personal journey became a powerful story of quiet resilience, teaching countless others how to recognize, combat, and ultimately overcome subtle, yet destructive in-law manipulation. She started volunteering at local support groups, generously sharing her hard-earned experiences to help other women facing eerily similar painful situations in their own marriages. Years later, now raising two wonderful children and enjoying a thriving, fulfilling career, Sarah often looked back on her difficult journey with gratitude and pride. She understood deeply that her courage in those dark moments had ultimately saved her family, forging unbreakable bonds far stronger than anything manipulation could ever destroy. In the heart of everyday America, her tale quietly resonated with thousands of women, reminding them that true bravery often appears in small, determined stands against hidden tyrants who hide behind family ties. Sarah continued living happily in Brooklyn, where her home remained a warm sanctuary filled with genuine love, laughter, and hard-won peace. John transformed into a more attentive, equal partner, appreciating Sarah's incredible strength every single day of their shared life. Their two children grew up healthy, happy, and secure, knowing the vital importance of healthy family boundaries without ever experiencing toxic control. Sarah's aging parents visited, often beaming with pride at the remarkable, strong, compassionate woman their daughter had become through every trial. Inspired by her own healing, she began writing an anonymous blog, carefully detailing her experiences, which unexpectedly attracted a large, loyal following of readers seeking guidance. Women and men from every corner of the United States shared their own painful stories in the comments, finding real comfort, strength, and validation in Sarah's honest words. One grateful reader even wrote personally to tell Sarah that her practical advice had given her the courage needed to save her own struggling marriage from similar destruction. Sarah felt a profound sense of fulfillment knowing that her greatest pain had somehow been transformed into genuine purpose that reached far beyond her own front door. As the years continued to pass, Sarah reflected often on the most important lessons her life had taught her so clearly. Manipulation always thrives best in silence, shame, and unspoken fear. But real bravery speaks volumes even when the voice trembles. At first, she consistently encouraged open, honest communication, unbreakable self-worth, and the willingness to walk away from toxicity when necessary. In her writings and conversations, John fully supported every aspect of her growing mission, often co-authoring thoughtful articles together exploring the complexities of healthy family dynamics in modern life. Together they attended national conferences, speaking openly on panels about emotional boundaries, toxic enmeshment, and the courage required to reclaim personal autonomy. Their shared message reached thousands upon thousands of individuals, quietly empowering them to rewrite their own stories with strength, dignity, and hope. Sarah's legacy quietly became one of gentle revolution, changing hearts, minds, and family patterns, one honest story shared at a time in a world filled with hidden emotional battles. Her personal victory continued to shine brightly as a beacon for anyone willing to fight for their own peace. But life, being full of unexpected turns, brought new challenges even after the worst seemed behind them. When Eleanor's health genuinely began to decline in her later years, Sarah made the compassionate choice to step forward, offering practical help without any trace of lingering resentment. She organized professional in-home care, coordinated doctor visits, and ensured comfort, all while protecting her own family's well-being carefully. In those final quiet days, Eleanor at last found the humility to offer a sincere apology for the many years of hurtful, controlling behavior she had inflicted. Sarah listened without bitterness, forgave fully, and found genuine peaceful closure in that long overdue moment of accountability. This single act of undeserved kindness healed old deep wounds, completely allowing John's entire family to reunite in a healthier, more authentic way than ever before. Sarah's bravery had evolved naturally over time into deep wisdom that now guided not only her own children, but also her growing grandchildren. With gentle, steady hands, her grandchildren listened wide-eyed to carefully told tales of their grandmother's quiet strength, learning early that standing up for oneself is both necessary and noble. In local schools and community centers, Sarah's positive influence continued to spread, slowly but surely touching lives she would never personally meet. Encouraged by friends and readers alike, she finally published a full book titled Boundaries of Love, which quickly rose to become a national bestseller filled with practical insight. National television interviews followed where she shared her message with calm poise, reaching millions who needed to hear it most. From her humble small-town roots in Ohio to widespread recognition across the country, Sarah's remarkable journey stood as truly inspiring proof that one determined woman can create lasting change. Yet through every achievement, she remained remarkably humble, always crediting her loving support system, her faith in herself, and the many people who walked beside her. Old friends from her college days stayed close through decades, celebrating every milestone with laughter, tears, and unbreakable loyalty. Her nursing career continued flourishing, eventually leading her to an esteemed directorial position, where she shaped policies that improved patient care across the entire hospital system. She mentored countless young nurses, tirelessly emphasizing the critical importance of maintaining healthy work-life balance, emotional self-care, and personal boundaries. In her increasingly rare free moments, Sarah found deep peace and joy in tending her small garden, watching flowers bloom and vegetables grow under her patient care. Together with John, she traveled across the beautiful United States, exploring iconic places from the majestic Grand Canyon to the breathtaking wonder of Niagara Falls. Each journey created fresh, cherished memories, strengthening their partnership and reminding them both how far they had come together, even as inevitable challenges like temporary job losses, unexpected health scares, and everyday stresses tested their resilience. They always emerged stronger side by side. Sarah's personal mantra remained simple yet powerful: resilience in the face of any adversity, always choosing growth over bitterness. She taught her own children by quiet example to face their fears head-on, speak their truth, and never allow anyone to diminish their worth. Her son, inspired by her lifelong dedication, chose to pursue a career in medicine, determined to help others just as his mother always had. Her daughter, passionate about justice, became a dedicated family law attorney, fighting fiercely for those trapped in controlling or abusive dynamics. As proud parents, Sarah and John watched both children soar into adulthood, filled with immense pride, love, and quiet gratitude. Family holidays transformed into truly joyous occasions, completely free from the shadows of past tension, manipulation, or unspoken expectations. Sarah loved hosting large, warm gatherings, filling her home with delicious food, laughter, stories, and the comforting aroma of home-cooked meals. Favorite recipes passed down from her own mother blended seamlessly with delightful new traditions created by the next generation. The air rang constantly with genuine laughter, slowly healing every old scar, one joyful moment at a time. Together with John, she traveled across the beautiful United States, exploring iconic places from the majestic Grand Canyon to the breathtaking wonder of Niagara Falls. Each journey created fresh, cherished memories, strengthening their partnership and reminding them both how far they had come together, even as inevitable challenges like temporary job losses, unexpected health scares, and everyday stresses tested their resilience. They always emerged stronger side by side. Sarah's personal mantra remained simple yet powerful: resilience in the face of any adversity, always choosing growth over bitterness. She taught her own children by quiet example to face their fears head-on, speak their truth, and never allow anyone to diminish their worth. Her son, inspired by her lifelong dedication, chose to pursue a career in medicine, determined to help others just as his mother always had. Her daughter, passionate about justice, became a dedicated family law attorney, fighting fiercely for those trapped in controlling or abusive dynamics. As proud parents, Sarah and John watched both children soar into adulthood, filled with immense pride, love, and quiet gratitude. Family holidays transformed into truly joyous occasions. As retirement gently approached on the horizon, Sarah began planning meaningful volunteer work that would allow her to give back even more generously. She joined several respected organizations dedicated to supporting women who had survived emotional abuse, domestic manipulation, and family control tactics. Her own lived experiences fueled an unstoppable passion to help others recognize, reclaim, and rebuild their lives with dignity. John happily retired alongside her, enthusiastically joining every effort, turning their shared mission into a powerful partnership of healing and hope. Together they made tangible differences in countless communities, earning quiet recognition, awards, and heartfelt thanks from those whose lives they touched. Sarah always accepted every honor with genuine humility, quickly deflecting praise toward the collective power of community action and shared courage. She often reminded audiences that true meaningful change rarely comes from one person alone, but from many brave hearts choosing to act together. Media outlets across the nation frequently featured their inspiring story, holding it up as a shining example of what resilience, forgiveness, and determination can achieve. From once being a small-town girl with big dreams to becoming a widely respected beacon of hope, Sarah's full, rich life stood as remarkable testimony to quiet strength. She went on to write thoughtful sequels to her original book, diving even deeper into the psychology of family manipulation, emotional recovery, and long-term healing. Respected experts in psychology and family therapy eagerly collaborated with her, adding valuable professional insights to her already powerful personal narrative. She led interactive workshops across multiple states, educating families, couples, and individuals about building healthier relationships rooted in mutual respect. Every participant who attended left feeling newly empowered, equipped with practical tools, and renewed hope for their own futures. Sarah's ever-growing network connected thousands of survivors, creating safe spaces where stories could be shared without fear or judgment. Online forums buzzed daily with active discussions, encouragement, success stories, and the comforting knowledge that no one had to face these battles entirely alone. Her quiet yet profound impact continued to ripple outward, touching lives in ways she could never fully measure or imagine. Even in her personal daily life, Sarah remained committed to continuous growth, reading widely, taking online courses, exploring new ideas, and expanding her understanding. She embraced daily meditation sessions that brought her lasting inner calm and clarity amid life's inevitable ups and downs. Regular yoga practice became an essential ritual, helping her maintain physical flexibility, emotional balance, and deep spiritual peace. She prioritized health with consistent routines, regular medical checkups, nutritious meals, and plenty of restful sleep. Her family always remained her greatest source of joy, support, and inspiration, standing firmly beside her through every season. Grandchildren arrived, bringing fresh waves of delight, energy, and pure unconditional love into her world. Babysitting days filled with giggles, stories, songs, and endless playtime became some of her happiest, treasured moments. She told them carefully chosen tales from her own life, always weaving in gentle lessons about kindness, courage, honesty, and self-respect. They affectionately nicknamed her Super Grandma, a title she wore with smiling pride and endless affection. Family holidays grew larger and more festive, including memorable trips to important historical sites, museums, and natural wonders across the country. Learning never stopped for Sarah or her loved ones, as curiosity, wonder, and discovery remained central to their shared values. As more years gently passed, Sarah's reflections grew deeper, richer, and filled with profound gratitude. She saw her entire life as a beautiful, complex tapestry, carefully woven together with both painful trials and triumphant victories. Her heart overflowed daily with thankfulness for the love of family, the gift of purpose, and the quiet strength she had discovered within herself. She continued encouraging others everywhere to share their own honest stories, knowing that healing often begins the moment vulnerability meets compassion. Her enduring message resonated powerfully from coast to coast, across cities, towns, suburbs, and rural communities alike. Women who once felt silenced, powerless, and alone now found their voices, their strength, and their hope through stories like hers. From the bustling streets of New York to quiet Midwest farms, from sunny California shores to snowy New England towns, change rippled steadily outward. Sarah's single act of bravery so many years earlier had quietly sparked an entire movement of awareness, empowerment, and transformation. One ordinary woman's courageous stand against subtle, relentless manipulation ultimately helped transform countless lives forever. Her story, though unique in its details, carried universal truths that spoke directly to the hearts of millions across the entire United States. And so Sarah's journey, though never truly finished, continued, inspiring new generations, reminding everyone that real strength often hides in quiet persistence. Real love grows through honest boundaries, and real healing becomes possible the moment someone dares to say enough. Her legacy lived on, not in grand monuments, but in healed families, restored marriages, empowered women, and children who would grow up knowing they deserve respect, dignity, and freedom from control. In that way, one brave woman's life became a quiet revolution, whose gentle, powerful echoes would continue changing the world long after she was gone.